Hey, so let's have a look at something here. I want to try some random events here with the with my sequence. So I'm working with this. I want to go a bit crazy with it and see what I can come up with some random events here for my drums. So the drums. Okay, and what I want to do actually is just to bounce this as a sample. Okay, I want to take this to a different sequence, do it. Let's get here to the main. I'm gonna mute this track. Okay, let me get here to the sample edit where the bounce track is. I'll try to threshold this. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna create a new program, pad parameters. That's good. And let me just get here to a different track, unused track. All right. Let me put that program in. Now there's something I want to do. I want to come here to the, I want to have all my slices go all the way to the end. Okay, so you used to be able to come here and just select one, and then all of them would go to the end. They've changed that. I don't know if that was such a good idea, because now I have to do all this all the time. I know why you did it, because sometimes by mistake this happens to your slices. You think you're just moving one slice and you're actually moving all the slices at once. But man, now I have to do all this. Okay. And it just takes me a long time to do this when it was much easier to do this before. So this is going against workflow. All right, cool. So we have this done. We have all my chops. We have more chops over here, but I'm just going to use these ones. And let's get back to the main. So program is also set to mono. That's good. Now the MIDI on the pads needs to be chromatic. So I'm not going to use the MPC MIDI mapping. I'm going to change it to chromatic. Okay, and I'm going to do that in the software. So you go to edit, program, and then note mapping, put it to chromatic. That's it. Great. Why did I do that? Because instead of using I'm going to go to generate random events. Instead of using drum events, I want to use melodic events, and that's why I actually chose a chromatic mapping. Because if you choose drum events and if you apply, say, do it, it's going to add a bunch of hits in the same time, right? It doesn't act as a one polyphony. So I don't want to do that. So let's do it. Back into random, generate. I'm going to use melodic. So melodic offers me the polyphony of only one being hit at once. So only one sample is going to be triggered at once. Okay, so I got my chromatic. This doesn't really matter if you just tap this one instead of constraining notes to a scale. We're not constraining any note to a scale, so everything's going to be triggered within the range that you set. So I'm going to go for C-2 to E flat 1. That's this space right here in the pad bank A, right? So let's just go for apply. I'm going to use 1/16 and replace all the notes, replace all events. Okay, let's go for do it. Okay, that was good, but not so good. So let me go back into the, so you have to go again and say melodic events. So let me increase that density there, apply. Okay, so I have something, and it's not gonna give you any perfect loops right there, but it's gonna give you some sort of an idea of where you can go with the random that you created, and that's my main goal right here. So I'm gonna close this. I have something that I'm hearing and I'm starting to enjoy, so I'm going to use that, and that's what this is about. All right, cool. So I'm actually just gonna, this one's not hitting very well, so I'm gonna just nudge it there. And I'm gonna just ride a kick right here again. And I'm gonna ride, yeah, and do that. Grab that and just push it. Let's try that. Okay, let me delete this one. And that's done, that's it. I think just a cool idea sometimes if you want to get some variations out of the drums. Sometimes it works, other times, I think most of the times it doesn't really work that well, but when it does work, it sounds really good. And if you just have time to go for it and try it, you might get some really interesting variations with the drums. Again, I was using a drum loop. I don't think it works too well with just one shot. So it works kind of nice when you're doing it with the loop and sections of a loop. So that was it, and now I can actually jump in between sequences. And that happened, and obviously that's going to happen, and that's because we need to set one of the notes needs to be set. So it's what note? It's that one. I'm actually, so I have no hits there. I'm going to copy this one to there. Okay, so just cut that. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to transpose it up there. Okay, and I'm going to edit the end. I'm going to go, so it's this one. Let me just pull up the velocity just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to go into the drum program. I'm going to set this to be a note on, so it stops when it reaches the end of the note, and then when it jumps to the next sequence, it actually doesn't overlap the other drums. So let's listen to it. Okay, so I made something. I had the all function on, so actually it's one shot. Let me go out to current. Now select the pad and go note on. All right, cool. So let's hear it. I like this variation. I'm going to keep it, and that's it. So one of the things that, though, when you're working with loops this way, there's no way of going back and actually adjusting the volumes of snares. So make sure that you have your drums already mixed close enough to what you want. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the tip. I'll see you on the next video. Okay, take care, guys. Thank you.